Hello everyone. I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class today. It is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, as I'm broadcasting to you live, and it's 11 a.m. Central Time. So if you're watching at a different time of day, you're probably watching the recording. I invite you to comment either way if you're watching live or if you're watching afterwards, because you get entered into a prize drawing. On that note, let's welcome Trisha Josephs. She's my moderator on YouTube. She's here to answer questions while the live is happening. And then we also have Lisa Marshall on Facebook. So a big welcome to both of you gals. Thank you so much for helping me out again. I love you. So chime in, talk to us. Tell us your name. Tell us, like how long you've been crafting, where you're from, what the weather is like, maybe what you're making right now with your paper crafting, or if you're not a paper crafter yet, maybe you can tell us if you're new to it or if you're just checking in because you're curious to see what's going on in this live. So, yay! We have like people from all over. I'm seeing comments from Oregon and California, New York, Wisconsin, and geez, you guys just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're from all over the place. Do we have anyone international? Norway. I just saw Norway pop up. Hi, Randy. So hello, and thanks for coming. I hope that you enjoy what I have to share. I'm going to share how to make a backfold card. I learned this idea from my friend Alana Worf, who is a demonstrator that I team up with on my class to goes, and she shared this fold. I didn't know that the back bent. And so the whole time I'm trying to figure out this card, and she's like, no, you just push the back, push it to the back. And I'm like, what? So it's called a backfold card. So I'm going to share with you how to make these. And we're going to be using products that are debuting soon from the January through April 2024. I know, can you believe it? A new year's coming. Mini catalog, and that will debut, the catalog will debut on January 4th, 2024. So we still have a couple weeks going on. But yes, welcome to all of you, and I hope that you chime in. Even if you're watching on, say, maybe you're broadcasting on your TV, or your hands are busy or whatever, just chime in once. Just say hello once, because it helps us to get you into the prize drawing, right? All right, so let's go first to the supply list. All right, I'm going to bring that up. Oops, hang on a minute. I forgot to do something before we went live. There it is. All these little buttons. Okay, we're now going to go over to the supply and measurement sheet. This is a PDF that you're able to download once this video goes live in my blog post, and my blog post goes live a little bit after the video is done. That way I have time to put in the names of the winners for the prizes and make any changes, last minute changes or whatever. So at 12:15 p.m. Central Time, so about an hour and 15 minutes after this live is over, or after it has started, I should say, then you can actually click on the link that's in the description of the video. And right now it's in the description of the YouTube video. I'm going to transfer it over to the Facebook page later on, and then you'll be able to click on that link and access this PDF. It's downloadable, so you can click on it, it comes onto your computer, you can print it off, or you can save it in a file. It has the measurements, it has the supplies, and a lot of the supplies, most of the time, are clickable, except we have some things that are debuting. So we have the Ice Cream Swirl Bundle, we have the lighter than air designer paper. Do you see how these things, when I hover over them, do not have the little finger that wants to click on them? But then when I come down to the basic white envelopes, or the pool party cardstock or something like that, you can click on them and it'll take you to my online store where you can make the purchase. We also have the date and the name of what we're doing, and you can see the finished cards. Inside and out is what I tried to share on these PDFs. So you can take a screenshot if you're not going to have time to come back later on, but if you are able to come back, I invite you. We're going to go ahead and go down to the desktop now. And I've noticed that my new glass mat, I'm going to zoom out just a bit for you. Do you see how it's getting kind of out of focus? I wonder if that's because there's some glare on it or something. I may have to, have something on top of it if I'm going to be using it for the next couple of months so that the video screen works for me. I'm using a new glass mat This is something that you'll be able to access if you're new to Stampin' Up! As a customer, or you've been a long-time customer or whatever, but you're not a demonstrator yet. You can then purchase this by purchasing the starter kit in January or February, and that starts January 4th. So, and I'm just going to show you how awesome it is as we use it throughout the coming months. So let's first start out with doing some die cutting. I'm going to introduce you to the Ice Cream Swirl Bundle. Get my magnetic sheet out here, and you can see we've got outlines of the cone. We've even got a detailed piece that you can use. We're going to be using those to make our ice cream cone. We've got a little paper wrap that you can die cut to put around the cone base. Then we've got a donut. So that die cuts this little donut figure here. We've got the strawberry. We've got a cherry. We've got a candy kind of straw piece that sticks out here. Confetti. And then we've got the ice cream whipping, like a whipped look here. And we've also got the ability to make it look swirled ice cream swirl. So we'll be using those. And you can see there are some fun sentiments that go with this. I'm not going to be using too many of the stamps, which is crazy because my name is Stamp Your Art Out. But we're going to be using the Make-A-Wish and the Yum Yum. So we'll pull those two stamps out. You can see they're photopolymer, so you can see right through them. We will take our blocks and mount our stamps. There we go. And this one here. All right, so we've got our stamps mounted. We're going to put these aside for now, and we'll bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we need to now take and do some die cutting. So I just realized my comments aren't up on my screen. I'm like, where'd everybody go? Tina, is this on your wish list? She goes, I'm excited to get this bundle. Yeah, this was one of my first things on my wish list. And I'm lactose intolerant, so it's not like I can go and have ice cream whenever. I have to find special kinds that are made with coconut or oats or, all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's do the cone first, the outline of the cone. And I've got a pretty big piece here so that I could do it twice if I wanted to. I've got my layers set up here, 1, 2, 3. So my base plate, die adapter plate, and then my cutting mats. I've got one on the bottom, which is scratchier because that one receives the blade of the die. And then I've also got one on top, which is smoother. And eventually I change those out. Like when my scratchy one on the bottom gets too scratchy and it's just kind of, done for, I take the one that I use on top, and that one becomes my scratchy plate. And then I grab a new plate, because you can get plates, and I use that one for the top. Okay, so now we're going to bring this back, and this time we're going to put a cut through here with my trimmer. That'll be the quickest. So I'm just going to set it into my trimmer here so that you can see we're just lining up this little line here with the channel of the trimmer. I'm going to put the arm down and give it a slice. Okay, now we have 2 ice cream cones. Now if I didn't cut it, I could use it as a folded little card. So you could make these into tiny little fun shaped cards. But I want to have an ice cream cone that stands alone. So we're going to lay this on top, and I'm going to use some sticky notes to tape it in place. So what we're doing is we're adding a little bit of texture. These are just tiny little cut marks that will go into the die cut piece, I should say, that we've already cut. So we'll just lay this on here with some sticky tape. This is 3M Post-it tape. You can find a link for that in my website, stampyourartout.com, and you go to My Favorite Extras. And you can find links for a lot of special things that I don't sell through Stampin' Up. So that's how you can find those. We're going to do a large early espresso dollop of ice cream, and we'll do our swirly part in the basic white. So I've got early espresso cardstock. Pecan pie is the cone color, and then I've got basic white, And I am using thick just because that is the cardstock I'm using for the base of our card, but you could use regular basic white cardstock. Okay, now that I've got that started, I'm going to put my hand on top and crank it through. And we'll bring this over so you can see it all. Now inside this piece here, there are these little pieces that fall out. You could save those and add those to another cone. So you don't have to throw those away. Those make kind of like that swirly look in just a slightly different way. But we're going to take the one that is large and all one piece because it's easier. And we're just poking through the hole here so that we can separate that. And this is what that looks like. Fun, right? I know I'm having green Christmas here too, Patricia. She just said she's chiming in from Iowa. We don't have any snow here on the ground, you guys. We have cold days and we have days that are above 32 and it just isn't staying. It's not staying. I'm kind of bummed about that. My husband isn't because he does the shoveling, but all right, we're going to take off our Post-it tape. That just helped to hold this in place. And now you can see the reveal here. We've got texture. Isn't that fun? Now it's not like texture you can, well, you can feel it a little bit, but it's not like bumpy. It's just little cuts that give the illusion that your cone has, you know, some ins and outs to it. Let's move these off to the side and let's grab our pecan pie dauber. So I like to take my daubers and assign them names of colors. You can wash out your daubers. You don't have to use them all in this, you know, just in the same color each time. But I find this very convenient. I don't wash them out. I don't have to wait for them to dry. And we're just going to go over the top of our cone from the side. We're going to come in like this. And we're giving it a dark look on the outside, but as it comes in, a more faded look. So you can see that we've got some shadow going on there. Gives the illusion that we have some depth. So the front part of our cone sticks out more and the back goes further back. Does that make sense? So when you take art classes, basic art classes, you can see here that we have some depth to our cone. And now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this surface off with the little chamois thing that comes with the glass mat. We'll grab our pecan pie and put that away. I'm going to bring in my trimmer again. And this time I'm going to cut some little scraps here that are 1/2 inch in height. So I'm not going too high. I just want a couple scraps of each of these colors. We're using Pool Party and Lemon Lolly. Lemon Lolly is a color that just came in this year, and it is such a beautiful yellow, nice and pale. Okay, we're coming to this little spot here. Now, here's a trick that I may have not taught in a while. If you have a tiny, tiny piece of cardstock and you don't want it to move on you, put some Post-it note tape or a Post-it note on it, and it'll hold it in place when you cut, so you don't have to worry about it moving. I love sticky notes. One of the best inventions ever. Thank you, 3M. Okay, let's move these out of the way. And we're going to bring our scraps back in. And our early espresso ink pad now. So we're going to take our dark ink that coordinates with this color and our stamps. And we're going to ink up the Yum, and we're stamping that down onto our Pool Party little strip here. And we'll do it again. We could actually use the same Yum because it's the same word twice. And you know what I'm finding? Here's a difficult part, you guys. I'm challenging myself. This is the first time I've used my glass mat. My photopolymer wants to stick to the glass mat. So there we go. It kind of clung there. That's okay. That's okay. We're learning. I wanted to learn along with you because I think that there's a lot of great advantages to this glass mat, and I'm excited about it. First of all, you can, like I said, you can mix ink, or like I shared with you, you can mix inks on it. You can wipe it clean. It doesn't scratch. You can heat against it. There's all kinds of wonderful things with this glass mat. We're going to trim these away, and I'm trimming them with my scissors instead of my trimmer, because I want to have that hand cut look. I want them to look uneven slightly. You can see how this one's a little angled. This one here is angled. That's a fun look. You could even do more yums with this kind of thing. It could say yum, 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 yum if you want it to. Okay, we have that ready. And now let's grab our other stamp, and we want it to say make a wish. Oh, and you know what? For this one, I did this wrong. Hang on. We're going to grab another scrap of lemon lolly, because on this one, we need to just stamp and cut the whole thing. So we're going to stamp it. And then if you want to, you can use the trimmer. But again, I wanted that hand cut look. This is actually very trendy to just take and cut around your words. So we'll do that with all of these here. Make a wish. I love the whimsy of these words. They're just fun. They're childlike. They're casual, right? Okay, we're going to close that up. Scoot that out of the way. You know, another thing that's great about the glass mat, and I'll zoom out so you can see just a bit more, is that I have this edge around me. So everything that is on the outside has this, you know, kind of, there's like this, it's like a fence. So things don't get over onto the inside unless I want them to. So my crafting area stays clear. Does that make sense? It's like a border. Okay, now let's bring in our basic white cardstock. And this is the thick cardstock because I want it to have a strong enough base. And sometimes when you have the regular white cardstock, it's a little, it's not as strong. It's a little flimsier than our colored cardstocks. We're going to cut this cardstock in half. We're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, so half of 11 is 5.5. We're bringing it to the 5.5 inch mark. And then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to cut at 7.25. So we're removing 1.25 inches. Now you could take this piece and you could fold it onto the card, and I'll share with you at the end how I use that way. But I think it just adds extra bulk, and we're always trying to find ways where we can send cards through the mail without having to do that extra postage. So that's one less layer. And then we have the score marks that are going parallel to the short edge, and we're going to score at 1.25 inches and also 4.25 inches. And that will give us our base. So our base has this score line here, and you'll see why that's important in a minute. Let's grab our bone folder and give this a good crease here. And let's connect these two pieces together because we want to build the rest of our ice cream. So I'm going to now use some of my multi-purpose liquid glue, which I've transferred into my fine tip precision tip bottle. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue in the main areas here. And I love the precision tip because it helps me keep my glue more controlled. And I can actually, in here I'm going to wipe this off because it's got a little bit extra dry glue on the end there. Okay, so it helps me to stay very controlled in that I can get into these little tiny fine spaces when I want to. So all of this with my precision tip bottle, and I'm needing my reading glasses, is gluable. It's so awesome. When you do videos, by the way, there is a difference between crafting in a video and crafting on your own. When I craft on my own, I can bring this way up to my face because I can put my face down on my desk a little bit closer. So I should have grabbed my reading glasses. There we go. Okay, and you can also choose to use like the adhesive sheets on the paper before you do the die cutting, but I'm just not somebody that's drawn to those. This is my preference when I want to glue something that has fine detail. I use my precision tip bottle, or I even pull out sponges. Stampin' Up! Used to carry sponges, but oftentimes I will take one of my sponges and I'll put a dab of glue onto one of these silicone sheets, and I'll grab the sponge and dab it in there and then put it on the back side, and I can do a lot faster gluing that way. I think the sticky adhesive sheets, to me, they're just a lot of work in getting tiny little details out of it, and I just don't want to bother with that. So, but it's awesome because it covers the whole back side of your detailed piece that you die cut. Okay, those are ready to go. We'll set these things off to the side. Now we're making cards that fit the medium-size basic, excuse me, medium-size basic white, I'm sorry, hang on. Sometimes when you're live, you need to stop for drinks of water. Okay, we're making a card that fits into the medium basic white envelopes. Now I'm using letter size cardstock because I live in the US, but if you live in Europe or the South Pacific and you're using A4 cardstock, the measurements that I shared on that PDF also have centimeters, if you noticed, because I wanted to help all of you out. So your card should fit into your envelopes that are set for the A4 cardstock. Okay, let's bring in a couple more pieces. These are designer paper pieces here, and this designer paper is the same size as the pool party designer paper that I have here. One's going to go on the front or outside of the card, and the other one's going to go on the inside. And then we have another piece of designer paper that has all this fun confetti look to it. Now the confetti look is what drew me to this paper, because we have in the suite some of these. In fact, let me show you a full package. This is our rainbow adhesive-backed dots that come in all those colors. So those are the ones you don't see in the unopened package. Lots of colors, 8 different colors, a large and a small of each, and a row of, I think, 10 of each of those. So lots of little dots that we can use for confetti on top of the ice cream. Now these little dots and this paper and this twine come from a suite called the Lighter Than Air suite in the new mini catalog. Like I mentioned, we're using a bundle that's from the new mini catalog called Ice Cream Swirl, right? But we're oh, and look at it, it's on the cover of the catalog. But we are pairing it up with accessories, I should say, from one of the suites called Lighter Than Air. All right, so now that we have these little guys, let's just grab our twine as well. We want our twine and our dots. Let's show you the paper too. So we have paper from that suite, and that's what these two pieces are from. So let me share with you the 6 double-sided designs. You actually get 48 of these sheets, but they are double-sided, and you get 8 of each of the 6. So 8 times 6 is 48. So you get 8 of these. 8 of those, 8 of this, 8, 8, 8, 8, right? Okay, so here's what they look like. On this side, you have some hot air balloons that you could actually cut out with the coordinating dies. And then we have stripes on the back. This is the one we're using right now on our card, the Lemon Lolly. And then on the back side, we have the Bubble Bath color. Very pretty pastels in this. Here we have the confetti look. And then on the back side, we have clouds. And then we have these fresh freesia, this fresh freesia paper with kind of it looks almost like frosting, right? And on the back side of that are little splotches of like scallop dots or whatever on the Lost Lagoon, I believe, Lost Lagoon color, some rainbow stripes, balmy blue with some kind of like white netting look to it. And then we have the petal pink, which has kind of a scallop look to it on the back side of that. We have little diamonds. So fun papers. And here are the colors. Got to grab that little, that must be a little piece of adhesive that I forgot to remove, but there you can see the colors listed. All right, so let's start assembling. On the inside of the card, we're going to place our pool party layer. I'll use seal adhesive because that's nice and quick. And we'll add that right here. This is where we're going to put our sentiment, because on a card like this little ice cream cone is going to stay in place. And so it's going to take up a large portion of the area of the card that you normally would do your signature or your notes or your whatever. So we're going to emphasize this area here, and this is where we're going to put our Make-A-Wish. So with our seal adhesive, we'll just come across the back side of each of these pieces. You could also use the multi-purpose liquid glue if you would rather not deal with trying to fit the adhesive on the back side and not get it on your card elsewhere. That, by the way, you can get adhesive erasers too. I know like dollar stores have them, but I do have a link for that in my favorite extras section of my website too. All right, so Make-A-Wish. And do you see how I'm adding them? I'm adding them in just kind of a fun, you know, like I threw them down on the card. So, all right, now we'll take this piece and we'll add that to the right-hand side in this little section here. Do you remember that score line? We're just going to bend on that score line right now. And we're going to add our speckle little dots here. Okay, and then this piece will go on the front of our card. We could actually use the bubble bath side if we wanted to for a different look, but I already put adhesive on it, so we'll stick with the stripes. I like to have heavier, like denser stripes at the bottom. You can see there's 3 down here and there's 2 up there, so I put that up on top. I don't know why, just that's where my brain goes. Okay, now we want to connect our ice cream and assemble that before we put it on the full card. So we have to look at the base and make sure that it will fit, because it has to fit inside of our envelope. And if we separate our cone too much, if it's too tall, it's not going to fit in there to mail. So I like to stay within the confines of my card base. So I'm just going to lay this on here like that. I'm going to lay that on there like that, and I can see if I move my finger away that I've got a little area here where I can add some adhesive. So I can either eyeball the whole thing, or I can put my fingers there as markers, and then I can take my multi-purpose liquid glue, which is in my precision tip bottle, and just kind of come in this area like that. Okay, I knew how far to go down, and now I can add that ice cream back to the top. So sometimes you have to assemble things using your card as a guide, and that's what we did just now. Now let's take our twine, and you can wrap this twine around as many times as you want, which is why I didn't put it in the description, the measurements I should say. But I did wrap it once, twice, 3 times on my samples. It's just depending on how much you want to use up, okay? We'll grab our scissors. This time I'm using my scissors that has a ribbon on it because this is my sharper scissors. Your paper can dull your scissors, you guys. So if you want a scissors that will cut your ribbons without hesitation, you want to make sure you set one aside just for fabric, for ribbons, for twine. Keep that scissors away from everybody else in the house. Don't let anyone steal it from you. Okay, we've got our bow on there. Now I'm going to hold the middle and I'm going to adjust the ends because my loops are a little bit too big. Wouldn't it be fun to get an ice cream cone that has all of this, you know, the ribbons wrapped around it and all that kind of fun stuff? that would get messy, I suppose, to wrap all of those edible coins, or cones. Okay, so now we have our ribbon, and now we're going to add our yum yum, and our yum yums can be added with dimensionals. So I'm going to stick one right here and add that above like that, and then I'm going to take another one and add it right here. It's kind of holding my ribbon in place that way too, right? Or my twine. Okay, so now we have our finished cone. We're going to add that to the front of the card, but we want it to stay connected to the right side of the card because this is a back fold card. So when we tip it up like this, this part folds to the back so it can open. So our cone acts as like a little mechanism that will hold our card shut. Let's give that a crease now that we know how our card works. Lay this down, add our dimensionals, and we know our cone's going to sit here. So we can see that we've got this whole left side of the right section pretty much covered except for right up and through here. So I know I can add a dimensional here, and I know I can add a dimensional here, and let's just go ahead and add one more in the middle. And then I want to have some support on the outside too. And my cone is not going to extend beyond my card, so we're going to have a dimensional here, and thank you guys, and here. Rainbow scissors for your ribbon. I love it. Something that stands out, yes, either tying a ribbon on or having a special color of the handle. Okay, now we've got the release paper pulled off, and we can just gently set that down in place where we want it to go. And we didn't put adhesive on this side of the cone, okay? So it allows us to open our card and close it. That's called a back fold card. So simple, you guys, right? This is so simple. And the bundle, I agree with you, Clara. It is just such a fun bundle. I wish I could share with you all the samples within the catalog, but we are not allowed to open the catalog until January 4th. In the meantime, you'll want to get your hands on one by reaching out to your demonstrator. If you live in the US and you don't have a demonstrator, you can reach out to me. On my blog, there is a little link for for shop, and you go down to catalogs, and within there you can request a catalog to be sent to you. Okay, on that note, you can also shop from my blog. You can click on any shop button. It'll take you to the online store so that you can purchase the products that I use to make this card. I have some other samples, so let me pull those two others in. This one I did with the Fresh Freesia designer paper. Oh, I forgot my little embellishments, you guys. Oh my goodness sakes. We have to have confetti. If we have this confetti background here, we have to have confetti on the cone. So let's add some of that confetti, and you can really grab whatever colors you want here because they all coordinate with the paper. So let's do a Lost Lagoon, and then let's do the bubble bath. We'll grab, we'll leave the dark ones. You know what, I have plenty of these, so we'll take one of those. Whoopsie. And we'll set it down. It got stuck on my... Try that again. It flipped over on me. And we'll grab an orangish one, and we'll grab this red one up there. There we go. Now we have confetti sprinkled on our ice cream. Okay, so this one was done with, again, you can use whatever combination there. Same twine color, and then we have the same on the inside. It's just the outside paper that's a little bit different. And on this one, you can see that it's slightly taller because it is done with A4 cardstock, and it's skinnier too, slightly skinnier. Actually, maybe it's not slightly skinnier. Maybe I messed up on that. I hope not. I believe it still fits in the envelope. Hang on a minute. Oh, you know what? I know I have the measurements correct, by the way. I think nope, this is right. 10 and a half centimeters. We're good. I wonder if this was narrower for some reason. Oh gosh, now I'm questioning myself during a live. Oh, this card is 4 1/8 inches wide. What's this one? 4 1/4. This one I measured wrong. Okay, there we go. So it is narrower. It's the perfect size. I think this one was just put together a little off, so sorry about that. This one has the Lemon Lolly twine and this designer paper on the front, but the rest is the same. And again, except for the measurements, with A4 cardstock, you have a slightly skinnier card, but you have a taller card. And with letter size cardstock, it's the opposite. So slightly wider, but shorter. And they fit into our medium envelopes. This one will still fit, it's just a little skinnier. Gotta love it. Those little surprises during a live. Okay, and I'm just gonna bring this one in so we can share the inside of the card. Let me tell you a little bit more about the glass mat. Remember I said that it comes with a little chamois? You can use this chamois for cleaning off the surface when you want to go between colors. Just know that like our regular chamois that we have, they can get stained over time. That's okay. It doesn't affect anything. Ink can stain. So you just constantly, wring these out. When you're done, wash them and wring them out, and they're good to go. What else did I want to mention? There are little gripper feet on the bottom of the glass mat, so that it stays in place on your table. Oh, there, you can't see them. There we go. Little gripper feet. And it also has these little corner things that you'll want to hang on to. I just took them off so that you can see the whole glass mat. But it has little corner protectors so that you can stand it up and keep it in a safe place in your crafting room. Stood up because you've got your corners with a little rubber around them. Gosh, there's so much more. Ink blending, the baby wipe technique. You can do heat embossing on it. You can do, cutting on top of it. You also, oh, I forgot about this guy. This comes with it too. So this is a nice little tray that when you want to use your ink pad or you want to, mix inks or, work with beads or something small, those can all go in here. And yeah, we'll move on. I hope that you enjoyed that. Now, we're going to show you some prizes. We have a mess load of prizes, you guys, that people aren't claiming. And I know that Trisha and Lisa have been posting names of people within the little messages that are going on right now during the live, because we really want to reach out to all of you that neglect getting your prizes. Maybe you had to walk away from the video and you never came back to see if you were a winner. You can always go to the blog post, by the way. The blog post lists the winners. But let me pull in some prizes that haven't been claimed. They are assigned to certain people, but I just want to point out that we have lots of goodies that are still waiting for homes. Okay? So on that note, let us share with you the prize winners from last week's After Live, okay? So last week's After Live winners get a half a pack of the new softly stippled designer paper. This is going to debut January 4th. I'm cutting it into 6x6 pieces, yes, but it's easier to mail that way. There's not a lot of envelopes that accommodate the larger size. And then that person will also get, one of these little chamois. So these are cleaning chamois, and they're impressed with Stamp Your Art Out. Yay, so it's an exclusive little chamois. All right, so let us go to my computer so that you can see who the winners are. And from last week's After Live on YouTube, we have JM Stamper 42. You are the winner for those prizes, the softly stippled paper, a half a pack cut into 6x6, and you also get one of the chamois. Reach out to me. I know that After Live winners don't always come back and watch, but if you are there or out there somewhere and you happen to hear your name, you have a month to claim your prize. If you live outside the US, by the way, you can choose one of my tutorials, which are valued around $15 to $20. So that's another option for anybody, actually, but the product prizes cannot be sent outside the US. On Facebook, our winner is Pam Simmons. So congratulations to both of you. Make sure that you both reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net. That's my email address. Make sure it says .net at the end. Sometimes people put .com and it doesn't work. So .net. And yes, claim your prize. I would love to be able to give you your prize. Okay, and then we have some new prizes. All the ones that I shared out here are ones from the past that haven't been claimed, you guys. I need to say who those people are, don't I? Okay. Those people that have not claimed their prizes from past times. Let me find my list here. Here it is. Gina York, you were an Afterlife winner on Facebook. Myers Crew ×5, you were an Afterlife winner on YouTube. Diane Lewis, you were an Afterlife winner on Facebook. And I have two more names. Carla Nicholas, 4711, you were an Afterlife winner on YouTube. And J.B. Van Imerson, you were a YouTube winner during the live. And I believe that you did reach out to me, but then you didn't get back to me on which tutorial you wanted. So I need to give you a tutorial. I hope that you can reach out to me again. All right, for today, we have winners, and those prizes are basically papers. So today's winners are going to get a variety pack of papers, so you can do lots of fun backfold cards. There's all kinds of papers in here, retired, there's specialty papers, lots of really pretty ones. Some of them have, you know, like they're I don't know, they're like, well, a lot of them are double-sided, but a lot of them have like a foil print on them. They're not just complete foil like this or whatever, but they have like special foil prints on them. Let's see. Oh, here's like a shimmer one. So you never know, but it's a variety pack of papers, and we have a ton. So today's winners, and let's see if I can find the comment that I see Trisha posting, but for some reason I can never grab it up here. I will try again. Let's see here. There they are. We have Jay Woodell and Jean Kolar. Yay, congratulations to you two. Or is it Jeanne? Maybe it's Jeanne. Geannkollar, and then Joyce Woodell. I believe that's Joyce. So congratulations to you. I hope that you are able to reach out to me. And how fun. Yes, congrats to all. Yay. Woot woot. Sorry, I'm trying to get the comments off of here. Let's see here. Congratulations to the winners. Congrats, ladies. And now we can click away. I need a tech person. Who wants to come live with me? Okay, on that note, I think that we are done. Next week, I have some fun things planned, and I'm trying to remember what they are. Hang on, I was going to tell you what they were. I believe I'm going to play around with a kit, maybe two, who knows. I love our Kits Collection kits. We also have another line of kits called Paper Pumpkin kits, and I just got mine 2 nights ago and got to play with it yesterday. I didn't feel confident enough to do a video with Paper Pumpkin projects today, but you will see a pre-recorded video come out soon with my ideas. In fact, I'm probably going to do 2 videos to post now and post later because the ideas just keep coming. I love kits, you guys. Kits are so much fun. Some things that I want to tell you about. We have a class to go going on right now. Registration is happening for our class to go. So let me bring you to my computer, and I'm going to pull up, hang on, I'm going to scoot this out of the way and pull up my, where did I put it? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my blog for you. Stampyourartout.com is where you can find me. This is my home base. My videos land here, my ideas land here, tutorials, all kinds of fun stuff. You can shop from this area. Okay, so now if we scroll, oh, look at that. Delicate Forest class to go. This is what I wanted to talk about. So the Delicate Forest class to go, which I posted about last week Wednesday, is almost full in the US. If you live in Canada, we have plenty of spots. We need you to fill up those spots. We would love for you to sign up. It's the same exact class, whether it comes from me or Alana, because we plan these together. She creates half the cards, I create half the cards. We help each other out that way. And we're using the new Delicate Forest bundle in our projects this time. You can see here little clips, little snippets, little peeks of all the 6 projects. They're cards. And you can see the extra product that is also going to be used along with those cards. We're going to use the Heartfelt Hellos, which is the free gift for anybody who signs up for the product-based class that includes the bundle. And then you also get some embellishments, some new embellishments that are petal pink and peacock, pretty peacock. Here are those dragonflies and birds that came out in the online exclusives just recently, linen thread, and some new papers, the light and airy designer paper, which also you get part of as a free gift. It's going to be fun, you guys. The cards are beautiful. It includes 3 cards with unique folds, and you can see all the details are in that post. Now, if you are in Canada, you can click on the links that say find out more by going to Alana's post, and you can see it's the same exact information because it's the same exact class. So please sign up whether you're in the US or in Canada. Again, more spots are available in Canada right now. Please fill in those spots. We would love to have you attend our class. Once the class is full, the link for signing up will be shut off. So I just wanted to tell you about that. Next week is our deadline, but a lot of the other spots are filling up quickly. So you may not have to wait until next, or you may not want to wait till next week if you're in the US to sign up. Other news, we have new products coming, which I talked a lot about, but that means we also have products that are leaving. So if you haven't yet, go to the online store and check out the things from the September through December 2023 mini catalog. Lots of products are leaving. Lots of products have already sold out. If there's any favorites, you'll want to get your hands on them. I'm going to let you all go, and we will see you next week when I join you live at 11 a.m. Central Time on December 27th. If you can, please click like on this video. Thumbs up would be great. Share the video with your friends. Subscribe. And join me on YouTube again in the future. You can also join me on Facebook. A lot of you are watching from Facebook. And I do have a Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining that group, you can join the Stamp Your Art Out group, where you can share your takes on the creations that we make. All right, so that's it. I'm going to let you go, you guys. You have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays to all of you. And we'll see you after that holiday is over and shortly before the new year. So take care, everyone. Enjoy the small moments, and happy wishes to all of you. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.